What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brees, and you're now tuned into another episode of the What's Cookin podcast on the hottest upcoming entrepreneurs, business professionals, entertainers, creatives, and content creators, and yeah, everybody across the country, right? So today I got special guests with me, and I don't even know if I should introduce him because the way he came, all the marketing and whatnot, like the whole table set up, it's like he speaks for himself with that. But yes, this is Kevin, CEO of Knights Cleaning Agency, and he's been in the game for 4 years, you told me?
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah, and we just go see what's cooking with him and his business and his journey so far. So Kevin, how you doing?
I'm fine, I'm great. It's a pleasure to be here, man.
Likewise, it's very much a pleasure because it's like, with me personally, like the way I met Kevin was actually through like the Facebook group. So it's like, I was telling Malik offset, like, I personally like just jump into like all these business groups just because it kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm doing, right? So a friend of mine, Aya, she did an episode with me as well. Check that episode if you haven't already. But she actually tagged me under your post where you were asking, like, who, like, are there any platforms that really tap into business and stuff like that? So, from there, it's like we just clicked just like that. And now we're here a couple of days later. So, I'm happy to have you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'd rather work with my black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let's network.
Yeah, for a fact. So, as you can see with all the products we got here, all the advertising and marketing, and just from the name, Kevin's big into the cleaning industry. So, you said it's been 4 years. So, how did all that start?
Well, I moved to America from Trinidad in 2017.
You got the flag too.
Yeah, so I'm just representing where I'm from.
Yeah.
I'm staying home all the time, you know what I'm saying? When I came here, I started working in the hospital as a patient transport. For some reason, I didn't like taking instructions from people. When I decided to start my own business, I always like clothes, sneakers, shoes, and stuff like that. But there's so many big companies out here that not even making it with these brands. And I was like, who is me to do this? You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to try like a service that would never go out of business. And I decided to do the cleaning. I know I'm good at cleaning because back home when you're growing up, we had to wake up early mornings and sweep the yard. We got to make our beds up. I was cooking at 8. I was cleaning at 8. I was doing everything at 8.
Yeah,
so
I'm Haitian, so I know too.
Yeah, so
being out there.
So then it's like, I'll imagine if I do a job for someone and I ask my parents if the job is done properly, they're gonna say no. They're gonna have me go back. So I always do this cleaning with the mindset that my parents is over my back. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get into this. I love a clean atmosphere. I love my clothes clean. I love myself clean. I love my car clean. I love my girls clean. I love everything. I love everything clean, B. So this is me, and that's how I decided to start it.
Yeah, so you mentioned your parents being critical. I think that's key to always have a critical person in your corner because, a lot of people think they that person just because they're doing something.
Right.
But it's like, are you the best at what you're doing? So it's actually a good mindset to have. Even though there was one episode that Mike did, I wasn't here for it, but he was telling me offset that the two guests that he did an episode with, they're both from Baltimore. They came all the way to Baltimore to be here. And they had a girl with them too. And he was telling me, like, behind the scenes, she was pinpointing all the places they could have been better at and whatnot. And he was saying, like, he loved that, the fact that, it's somebody here that could really, tell you that, when you try to big up yourself, sometimes you got to calm it down just a little bit.
I have to. Because if you don't, it's easy to fall. Like, in the wink of an eye, the whole thing could change and the game is over. You have to humble yourself at the same time. But at the same time, you have to be confident. Sometimes they take the confidence of cockiness. You're not cocky. You have to be the best. You can't walk in a room and it's like, hey, my name is Kevin, and you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. They won't shun you one time. When you walk in a room confident, like, my name is Kevin from Nice Cleaning Agency. I'm here to offer the services, blah, blah, blah. And you know what you're telling them. And you show them exactly what you could do, and you persuade them. It's all yours.
Yeah, I like that. So one thing I like too that you highlighted was just the importance of just having a business that is, a service that doesn't go away, right? Because I feel like, like you said, you like the clothing, you want to start with clothing. It's like clothing lines come and go. Fashion comes and goes. People tend to just, get on to another brand or a different trend just because it's new and nobody's doing it. When you have a service that's just there, it's like, it's like, well, there's not really going to be any issues besides competition because people are always going to need you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's always something that I highlight with people too. It's like one thing I always like to highlight is just building different businesses off of one business. But it's like when you have that business that's like, not to say stagnant, but it's just stamped away, it's just there, and it's like it's always gonna be around. It's like even if you fail at those other businesses that you try to have, you still have this
the foundation
as your main thing. Yeah, the foundation.
Yeah.
So I definitely do love that point a lot because I feel like, especially too, like just the company I personally work for, like it's an industry where it's like it's service based. So it's like, you know, they're always gonna have business regardless. Like they're working with like these big companies such as, you know, Domino, Starbucks, like, you know, all these Hershey,
Right.
all these big time companies, and it's like, you know, those companies always gonna come around. If it's not them, it's gonna be the next one.
Right. It's a
You feel me?
fact.
So
It's a fact.
yeah, I like that for a fact. So one thing I definitely want to jump into, and I'm sure the audience wants to jump into, is the marketing here itself, right? So what you got here? You came in with everything. You came in with the business cards. You came in with the you came in with the 10% off just for me. Okay, I like that. Then you came with the. I like this too. This is creative. The doorknob right here.
Yeah.
And I'll jump into that later. But just talk to us about like everything that you got here.
All right. So, firstly, I started off like with the basic regular home cleaning. So, you know, I just used to clean homes regular, but then it's like I have to specialize in something. So I started off like with a bathroom cleaning service. So I had all the equipments, like I had the fancy drills. I forgot to bring all of those stuff. I got a lot of stuff. You know,
We need 2 tables for that.
yeah, then I started with a little power washing and stuff like that. I power wash homes, windows, and the window jams and stuff like that. And it was going like 100 miles an hour. You know, then I eventually built my website. My website got crashed.
Oh, damn.
I think I was sabotaged in a major way. I just don't want to go into a lot of stuff right now, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I decided to start with the garbage can cleaning campaign. So before I had the door hangers, it was just the regular flyers like those. So I was putting it in, but no one was paying no mind. It's like you know, you open your maze, you see a lot of stuff like these, and you just throw it away.
Yes, sir.
So I doubled back on them. I made the hangers. So I drove to all the neighborhoods, and I'm just hanging them on the doors now. So now they have to see it. They have to wonder, like, what is this?
Yeah, because it's on their door. So,
Right.
you know, somebody left it for a
And
reason.
it went crazy for a moment. But no, you know, it's cold, so it calmed down, you know. With this one, well, it's fall time. Well, it's about to be winter. So, you know, I just have like a fall service. They're going to get the discounts, you know, the leaves cleaning.
The design too, so
Right.
it has a fall feel to it.
Yeah, my homegirl, Ayana Tuesday, she made that for me. She y'all want to big up. Yeah.
All right, shout out to
Yeah,
Ayana right there.
Yeah. Also, I have this one. This is for the sanitizing. So when the COVID started off, I had this machine, and then I had a few more. And I started sanitizing like homes. I didn't have big jobs either. I was just sanitizing my room, my aunt's place, and just taking videos and pictures, but I'm posting it up. Then I start posting it on my website. And then this company called Marketing LLP, Queens. It's a company that does marketing and not marketing. They does like deliveries and stuff like that. And they called me. And it was a big building, and I had this contract for all of the whole COVID. You know what I'm saying? It was
hit the
good. It
jackpot
was,
right
yeah,
there.
COVID. I was eating the food.
I
was
believe
eating
that.
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So basically, it's just like nothing crazy. Just regular general cleaning service. So it's post construction. I do construction, residential, commercial. What else? I'm a bit nervous.
No, it's fine.
But
You
everything
take
is
your
on the
time with it.
card.
Yeah.
Everything is on the card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Power
for
washing.
sure. Definitely
Yeah,
gotta
I do everything.
tune
B.
into that. Yeah. So one thing I want to highlight right there is just the fact that, so going back to the episode I did a couple months ago with a friend of mine, her name is Diamond. She has a cleaning business too called The Luxury Cleans.
Okay.
She mostly deals with home cleaning. So with her, she was saying her thing that really worked for her was networking, right? So she would go to events where, you know, it's people that have Airbnbs, hotels, stuff like that, market with them. Network with them to where she has easy business because now they invite her to just do the business for her.
That's right.
In your case, it's definitely the marketing, because one thing I like about this right here is when you think cleaning, of course, you think a house first. So a doorknob is definitely ideal, especially too, like, you know, if you're dealing with hotels, stuff like that, you know, they put the do not disturb on the, so now you have something similar here too. So it's like, if you went to a hotel and just said, hey, let me put this on the doorknob, somebody would think it's a do not disturb thing. They pick it up and like, oh wait, what's this?
That's right. That's right.
So that's good marketing right there. And of course too, you have the branding going. You have the hand sanitizers. You have the what do you call it? The quarter zip.
Yeah.
The quarter zip right there. Like, and even on the back it has like your logo on it. And I do like the fact that you brought out all these things. Like I was saying, the fall imagery to this definitely it's an eye catcher because now they know, okay, this is something related to fall. Then they see the rakes right here.
Yeah.
Rake the leaves. And then two, just the fact that you're saying, you want to like have the watermark and everything. Like it shows you really about your branding and your image and whatnot. Yeah, because one thing I was a good point too is just like like I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs need to understand like, they need to find what works for them and not try to copy the next person. Right. And I definitely see that you're doing what works for you. You found what works for you in terms of pushing yourself out there. So I definitely got big up you there for that.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I like to do my own style. I don't follow a copycat. Yeah, you go and look at. I learn everything on YouTube, but I don't see competition. I don't look at this cleaner next to me and it's like, okay, he's doing this, so let me do that. I don't ever see anybody. I'm like, those dogs with a cone on their face. I got a cone on my face, so I don't see what anybody's doing. I'm just focused on what I have to do. If I'm lost, I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna go to all my friends, family, and I just ask, what you think, how you feel about this, and that's how I will maneuver and I'll edit it, I'll tweak it, and then I'll find my own style.
Yeah.
I do network sometimes. Like there's a guy called Curtis Cole.
Yes, yeah, Curtis. That's actually
that's my guy. That's my guy. He put me on. I got a lot of jobs with him. That guy is one of the realest I've ever met.
Curtis. I definitely Curtis. You watching this? Pull up to the podcast. Me and him had a good couple conversations. Yeah, that's my guy right there. Yeah. So no, one thing you just said too. The analogy with the dog with the cone. I like that as well because, when the dog has a cone, it's because it's always scratching itself, picking at itself, like biting itself, whatever. But now it's like you put the cone on, you kind of put it to focus in one lane. So now it's like same with you. Like you said you was like the dog with the cone. Now you're focused.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, exactly.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah. So, like I was saying back with the whole idea of just having like more service-based businesses or whatnot. So you were saying, COVID was very productive for you because there was a lot going on. I feel like, as bad as people took that situation to be, you found a way to make a positive out of it.
Yeah.
Right? Because like you were saying, everything had to be sanitized.
Have to.
Yeah. And even too, like you're saying, fall time, you had the leaves cleaning. The winter time's about to come over here. That's a what is that? That's a snowblower right there?
Yeah, no, this is not a snowblower. I have the snowblower at home. It's not a snowblower, but it clears the pot.
Okay.
Yeah, it just clears the pot. Like I'll do sidewalks. I might do like a little walkway, like from the garage and stuff like that. Because I ain't trying to do too much hard work. I ain't trying to have my workers bending their backs too much, falling, hurting themselves. So I try to prevent little casualty as possible. You know what I'm saying? We don't even like lift stuff over 25 pounds. Anybody's doing that, we're gonna have issues. I protect my workers, I protect myself. Yeah, because it's easy to get caught up in America with these stuff.
Yeah, because especially too, like we're in an era where technology is growing. So it's like it's always I never seen none of this stuff before.
For real?
Not like this is the first time I'm seeing some of these things here. I just call that a snowblower. I know somebody in the comments that's gonna laugh at me, call me dumb.
For the leaves, for the leaves. Yeah. Those Spanish guys, they're all over just blowing the leaves. Yeah, but I ain't in their leagues yet. I'm gonna get there.
Okay. Yeah. So just in terms of like how you go about the seasons or whatnot, how do you like plan things in terms of like how would I say it? Like how do you try to use the seasons to your advantage? So we see it with fall, we see it with winter.
Most of my work don't really be outdoors. So I won't say my business is seasonal, it's all year round.
No, definitely.
But for example, parties. I do a lot of parties like Coney Island Art Walls.
Oh,
I do those places, you know what I'm saying? I did Shine Party, I did Casamigos, I did a lot of big parties. But when it's cold like this now, you won't really get outdoor parties. So now I will have event spaces. Those event spaces, it'd be cool, all right, you know what I'm saying? it's not busy as the residential and the commercial,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But most times it's just most of my jobs is indoors, so it's not really seasonal. It's just indoors, you know. Christmas
Okay.
time, it be a little busy. Then January it gets slow. February it picks up again because you know everybody spend all their money out Christmas time. So by February, it's gonna pick up again.
And then especially people getting their tax returns.
Yeah,
So they want all the home projects done.
right.
Yeah. Like growing up, that's always been like my mom's thing. It's like, I'll get it done when the tax season. Like, you know, anything that had to be done, the house would be like, I'll do it when the
Yeah,
taxes
we do
come
it
in.
after
Same
the
with my
taxes.
pops. I'll get it when I get my taxes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, so you were actually saying like indoor. So it's actually funny because like when I looked at your page, it's like I seen most of the stuff look like it was outdoors. So
No,
that's what I thought that.
no.
Yeah.
Outdoors, more if you see like the outdoors is like because I'm going to locations.
That's what's
and I'm
happening.
just giving out. I'm advertising. I'm marketing. I'm trying to meet the right clients. So you're gonna see me outdoors. But most times it's like offices, buildings, residential, commercial, gyms, event spaces. Yeah, simple stuff like that. It's simple. Yeah.
Yeah. So the last episode I just did with Malik, he was just speaking about, you know, embracing like who you are in terms of as a person. So for him, you know, he was just playing in the NFL. He's just playing the XFL. Well, he played in the XFL currently. And he was saying like, you know, for him, it's like he embraced that idea of like, you know, people always see me as like the athlete. But now it's like I'm going to use that to my advantage and really get into what I want to do. So he was saying how like he was able to branch out. Like him and his brother is starting up a tech business. He's able to use the fact that he was like, you know, a big football player to influence that. So in your image, like, do you ever like, I mean, in your case, do you ever see that image of, okay, like people might see me as, you know, the guy with the cleaning business. So let me just really take full, you know.
In the beginning, the only issue with image I really had was like, you know, when you come to America, everybody talking about black, you have the disadvantage. So I used to feel some type of way about my color, my hair, you know, just being a black guy. And then I had a mentor, and he was like, "No, take that ideology out of your head." You know what I'm saying? It was a struggle. It was hard for me to actually go speak to someone and say, "Hey, my name is Kevin. This is my services," you know. And then I went to a lot of places like car dealerships and stuff like that, and yo, they just turning you
Car
on like
dealerships.
instant. But I never quit. Then I started with the website, you know, and the website that actually broke the ice because they saw this company and they just saw the work that is going on, but they wasn't seeing the person. So now they're calling, and then I'm speaking on the phone with them, and then we're interacting, and then I started to feel more comfortable and confident, and then they started to like my vibe, and then, you know, it's like I'll ask a client like, "Do you have any advice for me, like based on how I approach, how I look?" And it's like, "No, you're doing just fine. You speak fine. Just be yourself." And
Yeah, definitely.
and then I have this homeboy back home, his Gio. I want to big up Gio, right? Gio the visionary. He always tell me, just be generic, be yourself. Don't try to speak like an American. Don't try to just be yourself, you know. And I just stopped being myself.
Yeah, because surprisingly, you'd be surprised. Like in America, it's like they love like, you know, having like the foreigners, you know, because it feels different. Even like in New York, it's like when you go out of state, like especially with girls, like girls, they could tell you from New York, they love that New York accent. You go crazy over it. So it's like, you know, you always got to keep that to your advantage. Just like what helps you stand out. Because even too, like just like you were saying, like as a black person, it's like when you look at a lot of like the first black, like, you know, whatever it is, whether it's athletes, musicians, stuff like that, it was a hard time for them when they started. But then it's like when they started becoming successful, it was like, okay, like, you know, this guy's good for a black guy. But then it's like certain people just had something specific about them that was unique to where it's like, nah, like this was like what do you call it? Like this is like the standout thing with him. Like I remember too when I was a kid, this stuck to like it's a surprising like flashback memory that I just had just now. When I was a kid, I used to watch wrestling a lot, and Booker T was like one of my favorite. Oh, cause like, you know, cause he was a vibe, like not even just cause he was black, because like he had like a personality, a vibe to him. It was like it stood out. But he was saying like when he started like wrestling and stuff like that, especially too, cause wrestling is like predominantly white sport. It's like nobody was looking at the black guy and thinking he's all that until he started adding his own swag, his own flair into things, and now it's like all the kids that were watching him back in the day, like all started to, you know, really resonate. Like they all want to to be him growing up, even like even too like because he didn't even have the dreads. Like he had the locks now. Like you feel me? So now it's like it stood out to like everybody. Where it's like, oh, this guy's different. Like he's not just a black guy that's here. Like he's Booker T. Like you feel me?
Everybody wanted to be him.
Yeah. So it's the same here. It's like it's not just Kevin that's here to just do whatever service I need. This is Kevin. Like it's somebody I resonate with. He's a cool guy.
This is me.
Yeah, Trinidad, like there's stuff like that. You'd be surprised it stands out to people. Like,
nah, they love me. They love me. Sometimes I'm working and they gonna say, Alexa, play soca.
Play soca.
I mean, listen, I ain't no big soca fan. I ain't gonna lie, but I be enjoying myself listening to my soca sometimes playing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more gravitate to the rap music. But I love my Trini vibe.
You bring your clients like doubles.
Nah, never. I wish.
It's funny, man.
Yeah, doubles. You had doubles?
Yeah, I had a coworker. He used to bring everybody doubles, and it's like the thing is though, it's like because I'm Haitian, so he's thinking like I'm used to. I'm like, nah, I never had it. It's like you gotta try it. But then it's like like there was a lot of like at the previous company I was at, there was a lot of like Asians and like white people there. So it's like for them it was like different because of course they never had it, but they had it, they loved it. So it's like for him it's like every time we bring doubles, everybody's like, yo.
It's better when you go get it yourself. Yeah, for some reason you have to eat it on the spot.
No, definitely. That's why I used to toast them up. Like he used to just toast up like me and his because he was like, you're not gonna eat that cold. He's like, them, they don't know better. They gonna eat that. You were West Indian. I know you gonna want this hot. So it's like you throw it in the oven for me and stuff. But
right.
Yeah. So like going back home and whatnot, like I guess like how's the reception back home in terms of like what's going on here?
It's cool. It's okay. I love going home, seeing my parents. You know what I'm saying? My brothers, my sisters, everybody doing great. Man, my parents, they aged, they old, but they're in the best of health. You know what I'm saying? I'm just praying that they stay alive just to see this day come, man. I'm just praying. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's good, everybody's great. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for that. Grateful for that.
Especially, coming up from the West Indian background and whatnot, it's like, like you were saying earlier, like parents are always critical and whatnot. And it's like, especially as a Haitian, it's like, for me, it's like, if you're not a doctor or if you're not a nurse, it's like, what else are you doing? It don't matter if you're a millionaire this or, a professional businessman here or professional athlete, artist, whatever. They don't care about that. If you're not those two things right there.
We have this mentality
critical.
Like, once you go foreign or you go to America or one of these countries, you must end up being one of those big persons with statuses and stuff like that. But my parents, they got my drift by now. My people, they got my drift by now. Yeah, they feel me. I know they feel me.
Yeah, trust me. I feel you on that one right there.
They have to feel this shit. I know they feel it.
Yeah. So like, if there was anything that you could say that worked, or probably both sides of the spectrum, right? So what worked for you and what didn't work for you? If you just wanted to like tell somebody that wanted to get into the industry and start up their own thing, what would you tell them? The do's and the don'ts.
The do's is stay focused. You can never know everything, but stay focused. Stay grinding. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you don't know if to go left, right. You know what I'm saying? You just stuck, you feel lost. Just keep grinding. Keep reaching out. Keep reaching back out to your clients. Keep learning your craft. I learned everything on YouTube. I started my business off on YouTube. I learned everything on YouTube to this day. Government contracts, business registries, Duns and Bradstreet, cage codes, all those crazy stuff behind the scene that everybody think is just cleaning. Just learn your craft. Learn it. It's not always about school. I used to felt like I had a disadvantage because I haven't went to school here. But man, I'm going 100 miles an hour, and I never been to school. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I call it agency. What an agency does. An agency creates employment for people. So sometimes I don't even know what to do on certain things. Like I'm saying, like I may not know how to do certain jobs, but I'm an agency. I'm going to take it. But I'm going to send someone who's qualified to do it.
Right.
And the majority of the money is still mine.
That's a boss
You know
move
what I'm
right
saying?
there.
So they don't. So some people don't understand. They're looking on the Instagram to see what you're doing. My business is not on Instagram. I post my business on Instagram to show this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? For the don'ts, ignore that. Ignore the outside noise.
I feel that.
Ignore it. Forget the woman. Make your money, chase your bag. I promise you. I could testify to this. Chase your bag and they're going to come. And never let anybody know your next step. Never.
Definitely. Yeah, so in terms of just like the services and whatnot, how do you go about like how do I say it? So in terms of like, let's say I wanted to work with you, right? I have a project for you. How do I go about reaching out? Because you said you're like more of the agency, so it's like, how does that work going through you?
What do you mean?
So like, let's say, so you just said like, you personally might not know how to do every job, but you know how to put somebody on, right?
Right, yeah.
So let's say that was the case, right? I had a job. Let's just say it was like something, like let's just say, all right, cleaning snow, right? Let's just say you weren't going to do it, but you had somebody that could do it. How do I go about doing that business with you?
Oh, I understand what you're saying. All right, so it's like, I'm going to use a perfect example. I normally do cleaning, and then a lady I'm not using the snow as an example. I'm using another example.
Yeah,
so
however it works, yeah.
One lady hit me at one time. She's a real estate agent. She doing her thing, and she had a whole basement to remodel. She said, "Do you do this?" I said, "Let's come see it. I'm gonna do a walkthrough." So I have something called a walkthrough Wednesdays, WTW. So I do that every Wednesday. I do walkthroughs with all my clients.
That's key right
and
there.
We're going to discuss and look at the tasks. We're going to negotiate on figures, etc., etc. And when I saw the basement was crazy. Like, it wasn't a mess. It didn't even need cleaning. It need remodeling. That whole basement need remodeling. And I was like, yes, I can do this. I can do it. You know, and I network with a lot of people. Then again, the Black Resource Network group got a lot of skillful people in there. So then you start looking for people who you could trust.
Yeah, because people say Facebook is dead, but it's a good spot.
Yeah, you network and you find people who you
even
can
the
trust.
marketplace, you find some good
and
stuff for cheap.
You won't believe half of the people that I found was people who, it's our people. You know, and so I found a guy who can fix boilers. I found a plumber. You know what I'm saying? I found painters. I could paint, but I don't want to do anything. Yeah,
I feel that.
I built a whole team, you know, and everybody came together and we get the job done. They got their bread. I got my payments like weeks and weeks after. But I made sure everybody got handled, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about networking, as you say, your homegirl with the cleaning company. Once you network, you don't wait till something happens to network. You start networking from the jump. So anything arises, you already have people on board. You know, so
okay.
Yeah,
because like even with this podcast, it was like I feel like we find common themes a lot, and it's like when I say common themes, I feel like common themes between like guest to guest. So kind of reminds me of this one episode we did with my boy Dr. Black up in well now he's up in Harlem, but he also has he's a dentist. He has a practice in Brooklyn, #1 business in Brooklyn right now. He's actually from PA too. He came to New York after, and then now he just opened up in Harlem. And you know, he was saying like for him it's like it's key to kind of like the same thing with the agency. It's like it's key for him to have like, you know, doctors that, you know, that he could put on and work on them, because it's like he was saying he gets a big percentage of what you know the job is. They get their portion, but he kind of has it bossed out to where it's like everybody's working under him. They doing the service and whatnot. And he's just collecting the check. And now he's trying to build 10 more. It's called Smile Space, by the way. Okay. He's trying to build 10 more Smile Spaces around and whatnot.
Yeah, that's how you do it. I used to deliver pizza. I delivered pizza to a guy one time, and he was like, young boy. I'm an old guy. He said, young boy, America is a place to make plenty money, with little energy as possible. And I felt that. Just network and find the right people. They're going to do it for you. They're going to do it for you.
Yeah, so I know you gave us a lot here in terms of like where we could find like the networking is top tier. Market networking as well too, but the marketing here is definitely top tier. Like, you know, I tell people they could bring props and people might bring like one or two things. You had a whole table, gave us everything here. So I personally know where to find you at, but if you would let the audience know where they could find you at and whatnot.
All right, so I'm located in Long Island, Valley Stream, Long
I'm right
Island.
there.
Yeah,
That's
11580. That's the zip code 11580. Also, you could go online. You can find me at www.nightscleaningagency.com. On Instagram, you're going to find me on nights_cleaning_agency. My contact number is 929-281-4843. Right, 929-281-4843. Also, I'm with the Better Business Bureau. Right, that's the BBB accredited.
Yeah, BBB, yep.
I'm rated A+. Right, when you search cleaning service 11580, if you understand SEO, you're gonna see who comes up on number one.
Oh, so you're really putting yourself out there, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk that shit right now.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm the best. I believe I'm the best. I'm gonna continue to be the best, and I'm gonna always be reliable, honest. You know what I'm saying? And deliver as discussed. Yeah. So I'm in the Long Island area, Nassau County. I do serve Queens. I do serve Brooklyn. I do serve Manhattan. I do Harlem. I've never been to the Bronx. I'm scared to go to the Bronx. Yeah. But I've been to Harlem. You know, I'm going all over New York City. I'm going. Just call me.
All right. Well, you know, it's definitely a pleasure, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Bless up.
Appreciate you, my guy.
So, yes. So, you know, as always, show love to all our guests. When you do business with Kevin, make sure you let him know how y'all found him.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And, you know, as always, you know, show love to us if you're new. And, you know, check us out. Subscribe. You know, check Kevin out. Show love on his posts. Share them as well, because I know a lot of y'all have people that, you know, could use the service. Not always about y'all, right? But, yeah, just like that. Breeze, Kevin, we out.
Yeah, man. Thank you all for having me, man. All right. All business is to make yours shine. Nights Cleaning Agency.
That's a slogan right there.
Yes, sir.
I like that.